Welcome back to the Malted Man Cave. I'm Keith.
I'm Dave.
John.
So my cousin John is. So you were at Easter, right? Up in Michigan.
I was in Michigan, yes, which happened to be Easter.
Yeah.
I wasn't at Easter. I didn't see the death of Christ.
Are you an Easter worshiper?
You weren't present?
Did everybody see that? Like in the media, instead of like Obama, instead of calling Christians, he called them Easter worshipers.
I didn't see that.
No one saw that.
No.
Like, okay, we don't call it Christians.
I might start using that.
You know, because
it's kind of funny.
The Sri Lanka, the terrorist attack.
Okay.
He called them Easter worshipers. They're not Christians. We can't call them Christians. But all right, welcome. Glad to have you here. Let's check in and see. We'll get a little roll call. See who's here. All right, Whiskey Whiskle's in the house. An awesome YouTube channel. If you guys aren't already subscribed, please go check them out. Thank you for showing up, Mark. We got Mose Chun, who's always in the house. Thank you, Mose. Loke Mays is here. He's an awesome guy in the Whiskey Tube community. He does all the live streams. Thank you, Loke, for showing up. Santa Cruzan, one of our great benefactors, is here. What's up, Santa? Hope
Hey, Santa.
Is it Charlotte or Charliette?
My live stream is broken.
Is it? Hope she's doing okay. His dog, who is like the cutest dog ever.
What kind of dog?
Is it a pit bull or is it a boxer? I think it's a boxer. Anyways, it just got bit. Got stung by a bunch of bees and it was going crazy. George Kaplan, our other George and Amy are benefactors. He's in the house. I don't know if Amy is yet. It's probably too late for Amy, George. Probably. David A is in the house. Thank you for joining, man. DH So actually,
it's a boxer. Thank you for answering.
I thought it was a boxer. DH Silv, actually, he is down in Kentucky, Cincinnati area, and I actually met up with him a couple weeks ago at the Party Source, and we exchanged a bunch of Springbanks. He gave me like a Springbank 18 Portwood single cask strength, which was amazing, and a bunch of others. So what's up, DH Silv? Good to see you, man. We need to trade samples again soon. Charles Ashworth is in the house. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. All right, so Jason Fiss is in too. What's up, What's up, Jason? Sorry, I can't talk tonight, guys. All right, so tonight it's going to be more of just kind of chill, hang out. We don't really have a whole lot on the agenda other than my cousin John brought a little gift to the party. Do you want to show them what we're going to be drinking tonight?
Sure. I'm trying to join the chat there, but sure.
Sorry.
So, Glendronach single cask, 1992.
Daddy Lack. Look at that color.
Yeah, it's not the darkest.
Yeah, it's not as dark as I thought it would be, actually. It's still a good color. But for 26-year-old, it's not quite as dark as I thought.
Yeah, so 26 years old, distilled 29/5/92, or for those of us in the U.S., 5/29/92. Every time you see like a European date written out backwards, it's like my brain just can't process what date that is.
Does the military do it different too?
Yeah, we do weird.
Yeah. I have a lot of military people that are just every time I ask them for their birthday, I'm like, just tell me the month name.
Yeah, I was never like that. I used to get so annoyed when I was in the military. I still have a hard time like when someone says military time. I'm like, even though it's like more simple than normal time. I don't know.
Yeah,
that happens. Die. All right. So tell us what everybody is drinking in the chat. If you're drinking tonight, let us know what you're drinking. We just finished a little Kleinleash 14. I poured him a little Longrow 14 Sherry cask strength. Thank you to Travis Faircloth who gave me a little intel, a little tip that it was on the whiskey barrel, which is really good. And then I poured him some Macallan 18, which was the first time you've had it, right? So you liked it?
Surprisingly enough, yeah. I mean, it was good. I think it's way overpriced for what it is. I mean, around me, it's like $300 for a bottle of Macallan 18.
Shout out Mike and Macallan.
I wouldn't pay $300 for it, but if it was like $150, sure.
Drew Bills from Scotch for Dummies is in the house. What's up, Drew? Thanks for joining, buddy. My bourbon journey. Whiskey Dong is in the house. Yes, Whiskey Dong. You are a newbie to me. Thank you for joining, buddy. I love it.
I like it.
Can we change the Malted Man Cave to the Whiskey Dong? I love it.
Dong's always
Well, it's
well.
already taken, apparently.
Whiskey Dong the second. All right, Jay Chung's in the house. What's up, Jay? Thanks for joining. Anybody else? Let's see. I don't see anybody telling me what you're drinking. Apparently, oh, no, Loknays is drinking Glendronach Cask strength, so we will be drinking some Glendronach shortly. So, in fact, I know it's kind of early. We just started, but we don't really have a whole lot on the agenda. We're just going to drink the Glendronach, just kind of talk to you guys, answer comments, answer questions in the comment section, and then we're going to open up a couple of other bottles at the end. So, do you mind if we
Jump right into it?
All right.
Yeah.
Bottoms up.
So this is specifically a single cask offered by the Whiskey Barrel. That's focusing. I can't tell. The Whiskey Barrel is a UK retailer. I think they're online only.
Mm-hmm.
Are they online only? Or do they have a physical store too?
I'm not sure. Actually, I've heard some negative stuff about them. No.
I've heard positive and negative.
Well, apparently
they price gouge occasionally.
apparently a bunch of, like in the last year or 6 months or so, they buy spring banks, and instead of just selling them close to it, they're going straight to like crazy secondary.
Yeah. And I think I've seen them do that with a couple of other things. What's funny is I considered buying a signatory pine leash from them around the time I was considering this bottle a few months ago. And it was a similar one to the one that you reviewed that you loved. I don't think it was exactly the same one, but it was like the same age and it looked a really similar color.
Was it dark?
It looked like it. And it was like $200 or something like that. And I was thinking about ordering it, and then I went back and looked at it again, and they had jumped the price up to like over $300. Like,
yeah. So I'm glad that they exist. I've got some awesome whiskeys that I bought from them, but yeah, I think they're kind of getting a little greedy.
John, Stephen Connor says,
Oh,
"What's up,
thanks.
MeadeMule?"
What's up, Steven?
The Mash and Drum is in the house. Thank you for joining, Jason. We're gonna actually be doing a live stream, I think, with him in the next couple weeks. So I'll get with you and do with him and see if we can get our schedules to align.
Shout out to my wife.
What's up, Allie? You watching?
If she's watching, she might be watching. She is due. She's full term, so she could go literally right now. So if you see me like up and out of here,
When is the actual due date?
the 7th or the
May-
6th. The
May
6th.
7th. Ella's birthday is May 6th.
Magical, man.
So Stephen Connor, he's your friend from
Yeah,
Tennessee, right?
yes, we have drank at each other's houses.
Nice. What's up, Stephen? Thanks for
He's
joining,
got
buddy.
like the best collection of these of anybody I know.
How many does he have?
I don't know. I'll let him answer that question because I have no idea. Probably like 300.
No.
No.
No,
You know what?
That's
wouldn't-
just greedy.
It wouldn't shock me.
He's the one that has like all the Port Ellens and all the. Is he the
Well,
one that you've got?
Well, no, that Port Ellen that I brought you a sample of is from another friend of ours. But I think Steven does have a bottle of Port Ellen that maybe he'll share someday.
Travis Faircloth is also in the house, as is Scotch on the Bayou, Lee, who actually just started an awesome new blog online. You guys should go check it out. I think it's just scotchonthebayou.com, I think.
Oh, nice.
Lee, let us know in the comments. She's a woman, and she's an awesome whiskey too.
Is it Leigh or Lee?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. If it's it doesn't matter.
All right, let's get into it. I can't wait any longer. Please, sir. Want some more? Dave doesn't like sherry. I'll take his portion.
John, thank you
Cheers.
so much, my man.
All right, so let's get into a little bit. Let's see what we get on the nose, the palate, and the finish. Oh man,
This is full Oloroso sherry butt maturation.
does it say whether it's first fill, refill?
It doesn't say. I doubt that it's first fill based on the color. I mean, there's no way it's first fill based on the color.
Jason Fisk says it's got to sit for 25 minutes. 26 minutes.
26 minutes.
We're not doing that, Jason. I can't wait that long.
And then also, Stephen Connor said that we should come down and he'll open up a 34-year-old Port Ellen.
You will? Deal. Deal, Stephen Connor. I'm going to hold you to it. All right, what do you get on the nose? We'll start with our guests. We'll start off our guests. Sorry, guys. Tonight's going to be really informal. We didn't plan this out. So last minute, like literally, what was it? Friday night? Thursday night?
Last week
on Thursday night, he's like, hey, I'm coming through. I'm going up to Michigan because he lives in Tennessee. He's like, hey, do you think we can get together? He was being nice. He didn't want to ask if you spend the night, but obviously, you always haven't been here.
Well, I wasn't even originally thinking. I was just thinking, hey, at least we could meet up for a dram or something.
Anytime you ever want to spend the night and bring whiskey here, you have an open bed. If you just bring yourself, no. You got to bring whiskey with you. I'm sorry.
Same.
Don't love you that much.
Same deal applies at my house.
All right.
Don't come over to my house. Too many kids, man. You don't want to come over.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
I'm just kidding. It's about to be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to be around a newborn.
One too many. Not just. We got 2. I don't know. There's a little part of me though that wants that. It's just so. Good. I'm not good. I'm really good with kids, but not until they're about 3 years old. That's when I'm good with kids.
Yeah.
I'm a mental health counselor. I work with like tons of kids, ADHD kids. I'm like all the kids love me, but I got to be able to talk. I got to be able to reason with them.
Yeah. Little kids are unreasonable.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And like, especially when you can't punish them yet. Because like my son, he's just now getting to the point where, because he's like a little bit over 2, he's starting to be able to speak. So the wrath of God is about to be brought down on him, which he does not know because he's starting to be able to speak. But I don't know. Did you like slap hands or do anything before they could speak?
I'll tell you what, man. This is
James like full on leather belt. 2 years.
I'll tell you what, man.
Better mind me, boy.
We definitely spanked. We did not do it very early though. Part of that was that we didn't really have any real reasons, like any of those big teachable moments or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then also too, we have not. I basically stopped. I don't spank anymore unless I don't know. I'll tell you what.
I don't spank as much as
I haven't. They have not put me into a position where I felt everything was exhausted, where I had to do that.
I thought I would be like this hardcore disciplinarian.
Yeah.
And I think I've spanked Ella 5 times.
Yeah.
And I've only really spanked hard twice. And now she's a pretty good kid, so I don't really have to. Just beat the crap out of him twice. And then
spare the rod.
Obviously, we're joking. What you got in the We're getting away from whiskey.
I told Ben he's going to go to military school.
I just tell my daughter, I don't love you anymore.
Yikes.
Just joking. What do you got on the nose? I'm kidding.
As a mental health, it's a trick we use.
We don't have a plan for tonight.
We're actually
so
not going to talk about whiskey. We're going to talk about parenting.
This is going to be a crap show.
It's a trick we use.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah. You guys are going to talk about your parenting experience.
First, before you
as
get
a
into
non-parent, I'm going to judge you.
Judge me.
Talk about the.
You're one of those kids that just like hates kids. Like,
what are they?
Why would you ever get married and
a
have
hot dog?
kids? Okay, so yes, it's a Philly fanatic holding a hot dog thing.
It's a what?
The Philly fanatic.
What is a Philly fanatic?
What is a Philly fanatic?
The
Philly fanatic?
It's the
I don't
Philly
care that much about
Phillies
I
mascot.
don't care that much about the
He's
Philadelphia
like the most
sports.
famous
What is that?
For the
sports
Eagles?
mascot.
For Eagles or for the
For
Sixers?
the Phillies.
Too?
For the Phillies.
Who are the Phillies? I don't care about baseball.
They
Who
literally-
watches baseball? Baseball sucks. It is no longer
It's America's pastime.
No, it's no longer America's.
Is that
favorite
another
pastime.
Phillies mascot?
Yeah, that's
Like the
Grady,
partner in
the
crime.
Flyers. The Flyers name mascot.
Oh, I didn't know the Flyers.
So it's it's from
I don't keep up with irrelevant.
I get it
sports
now. I get it.
Phillies aren't relevant anymore.
I know the Eagles because they're relevant.
No.
6-2.
Who is the most irrelevant?
John's gonna kill me.
What is the
I'm
most-
rooting for the Sixers. They're probably if I could choose any team to win, it'd be the Sixers this year.
In every major league, what is the most irrelevant team in all of sports? In major
The
leagues,
Bengals. I'm switching to being a Browns fan, by the way. It's official. It's happening.
I was about to say the Browns.
As
Yeah,
irrelevant. The
I mean,
Browns
they
are going to
should-
be good
They
this
should
year.
be good.
They got a
this
good
year.
defense.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Baker Mayfield is a freaking winner.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Although they're my new second favorite team now. They got
I know,
Big Dick
but they,
Nick Foles.
even
They got
though they
Leonard
were good,
Fournette.
they were still unwatchable.
Sorry, guys. All right,
Yeah.
we're getting back to whiskey. All right, this is the 4th time I've asked you.
All right.
What do you get on the nose?
Oh, here,
I get
Bengals, Reds, and Grizzlies. and all
Hey.
NHL teams.
Screw you, DH Silv.
Go,
Only we're allowed to make fun of the Bengals.
go
okay?
Cavs. Go Indians. Go Brownies.
On the nose. Although the Cavs are now irrelevant too with Alvin Braun.
Oh, dude, they look good. They look young.
Shut up. No,
They look young.
they don't look good.
Dude, Young Bull looks good. Nance.
I hope they do well. I don't have anything against them. But
All right, what do you got for us?
I get a good amount of vanilla right away.
Yeah.
Like like vanilla extract specifically. Kind of a thick
Like
vanilla.
right out of the bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get chocolate and brown sugar.
I was about to say brown sugar next. Yeah.
And then this note that I typically get with almost every Glendronach I've had is Coco Lopez. Have you ever had that? They put
You
this
mentioned that a
coconut-
lot. We've talked about this before, and that's what they use like
Never
in
had
a pina colada, right?
You've had it, you just
Oh.
don't know. It's in a lot of like fruity mixed drinks when you go on vacation.
So,
It's like a coconut. Is it? It's not alcoholic. It's just cocoa. It's a creamy coconut. basically.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've never had it by itself. I've had it in a pina colada. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's what it is, right?
I can't take whiskey dong seriously right now. Good for you. You went for it. Whiskey dong. He did it. You did it.
Is he? What's he saying?
Nothing. I just keep reading his name and I can't stop laughing. I love it. Claire the Third is in the house. Let's do another bottle bet. Claire the Third. He's from Wisconsin, and we bet on an Ohio State Wisconsin game.
Oh yeah.
I won a bottle for them. So
What'd you win?
what did I? Stag Junior.
Nice.
So that was pretty fun.
What would you have lost if Ohio State had-
I think we agreed to a monetary value because I don't think I had a bottle. I think I was gonna like send you money to get whatever you wanted.
Oh.
with it.
I think
A
I don't
gift
know.
card.
It was
Send
like
him, Nick.
it was like
Send
a
him-
year and a half, 2 years ago. So I'm not sure.
Send him an area-specific gift card.
You asking anything else on the nose? Sorry.
I mean, there's definitely some sherry
What did you
influence.
say? Let him in. Sorry.
That'd be funny if you sent him an area-specific gift card.
Yeah.
If you just pick if you picked like a random place in the map.
It's a Cheesecake Factory.
No, but something that's not local to his location.
Like some
So
like
you can't get in
skyline
it?
chili.
So he has to travel to use it.
It's a good idea.
You never get whiskey in there.
It's not as for a 26-year-old. I don't get as much oak as I thought I would get.
No, yeah, I agree.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that as a negative. I just thought maybe.
Right, it certainly doesn't smell over or anything like that. It's quite sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
It's fruity,
A little bit of like
a little strawberry and cherry maybe.
I was gonna say
Some nuttiness?
chocolate strawberries.
strawberries,
Yeah, definitely.
nuttiness like walnuts or
Maybe like candy nuts.
yeah, candy nuts for sure.
Like those fair nuts.
Maybe even a little bit of dates, like if like there was sugar on top of the dates,
I can see that.
candy dates. What about the palate? Claire the Third says we'll have to do a hockey bet. Deal. Blue Jackets all the way, baby. We're gonna win the Stanley Cup. It's gonna happen. Mark it down.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
You watch hockey, right? You're a big hockey fan. Are the Flyers?
Flyers missed the
Yeah, what's
playoffs.
going on with the Flyers these days?
Oh, turmoil. The best thing about the Flyers right now is their new mascot, Brady.
That's it. That's what you got, Dodge.
And then the Predators got eliminated last night. So, yeah.
Who you root for now?
Ooh. Well,
How can you not?
yeah, I might
Yeah,
root
go
for the Blue Jackets. Well, I was certainly rooting for them in the last round. And I've always liked Bobrovsky. He was originally a Flyers goalie. And I went to a Flyers game, one of his very first games in the NHL. And he was really good. And it was a fun game.
I found out recently that there's an NHL team in Ohio. Blew my mind.
Who said that? Who said that?
DH Silva. DH Silva.
It is not
Well,
well
get used to it.
publicized.
We're
We're
coming.
here. We're here. Honestly, I didn't really care about the Blue Jackets until now, so I'm totally riding the bandwagon.
You know, that's maybe we've talked about this before, but like our grandfather, our shared grandfather, was a huge hockey fan, and you grew up closer to him than anybody.
I don't know.
How are you not a huge?
Is it your family from like Minnesota?
No. So my dad's side of the family, they're all. So my grandma on his side, my dad's side of the family, grandma's from Toronto.
Canada.
My grandpa was from Montreal. Huge hockey
French
fan. He
Canadian.
plays. Yeah. He
was
says
French
A
Canadian.
and everything. I think he even knew some French. Like he.
You didn't know.
Yeah. He did.
I tried to talk to him in French one time, so I took like 4
He
years.
lost it. He lost a lot of it.
He told me that he never knew it, which I questioned.
No.
He's from Montreal.
I mean, it was a
I'm
long
sure,
time ago.
I'm sure you're right.
But I specifically remember, like, because I took 2 years of French.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle David. Ça va? Ça va très bien.
I don't know.
So,
Come see, come
we
see.
used to
Anyway,
call,
so
Dave used to have a big. What?
So how did you not be a hockey fan?
All right, so my dad.
Je mange
And
fromage.
how is your dad not a big hockey fan?
So I don't know. I think my dad. I think they came to the States. Dad was born in the States, but I think he just adopted. Like he was in Rochester, New York, or where was it? Rochester or somewhere else. So I think he just.
Actually, I think they're in Massachusetts first, and so I believe my mom was born in Massachusetts.
So I think just being a kid, wanting to be whatever's cool, whatever school you go to, and basketball was big, obviously. And then he grew into this big Larry Bird, Celtics fan. So I don't know. He just loved football and basketball better. And then I never ended up watching.
What's a good Louisiana cuss word? Like that's not really a cut. Like something that you can write out. That's not a typical cuss word. But that's a good Louisiana. What would be one? My grandma saying, "What the Sam Hill?"
Your grandma. Petered out, grandma?
Petered out.
How did that even happen? Why did that? All I know is one time she's like, it's petered out.
It's all petered out.
What does that even mean? It's just gone.
And went out. It fizzled out. It petered out.
We're getting way off topic. All right. What do you guys got on the palate?
Pretty hot. Well, somewhat hot. I've just had a little water. I get that brown sugar again from the nose, and definitely nuttiness.
Bro, there's definitely that like chocolate earthiness that I get, especially with a lot of Boona Havens. I get it a lot with Glendronach, and it's because the Dunnage warehouses. You get all that earthy chocolatiness. It's almost like you take a tin can of chocolate Nesquicks and put a little soil in with it. Some kind of chocolate.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. I was trying to think about because I was just about to go down that road where I was like, it smells a little like earth. And you're gonna say the Dunnage warehouses but it's definitely mixed with chocolate.
We're bringing 2 people. So Jonathan once made fun of Dave for wearing a sparkly.
It's not sparkly on
sweater.
here.
It's not. It's
you
not
can't see it.
sparkly in real life. So in the last time Dave wore that sweater,
There it is.
Dave's very metro.
it really. Which review? Do you remember
Dude,
which review
I was
that
way
was?
more metro than you growing up. I did the pop collar.
But I'm pretty sure that was the.
I mean, it doesn't look metro in person.
But I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Bringing sexy back.
What?
But if you watch that video where
It definitely shines.
wore that sweater before, it looked like a woman's sweater.
It still does. What are you talking
I
about?
have a very.
It still
I
does.
have a
I
narrow
don't know
frame.
that it does in person, but I mean the lights were just reflecting to make it look
It's got
really
some,
sparkly.
It's got some Nelly hair on it.
I don't know. Oh, Jason Fiss is talking to Whiskey Dom. I thought he was talking to us. Do you mind sharing how much you got the Glendronach for?
It was a little under 300.
Whiskey.
Was it after shipping?
No, but I bought a few other bottles. No, that was before shipping, but there was no tax.
I'm so jealous.
So
that you're not married and you just put all of your expendable income towards whiskey.
Yeah.
Guys, the Malton Man Cave has been definitively shut down for purchases for a while. Now, lucky we have.
We're gonna be reviewing Dave's stash.
We have quite no. What stash is that?
It's Tito's vodka. It's whatever you left me. It's a bottle of Elijah Craig.
Dude, I haven't bought a bottle of just the regular small batch in a while. We need to get some of that.
Can't go wrong, man.
Anything else you guys get on the palate? trying to reel us in, myself included.
I've already forgotten.
Yeah, hey, it's hanging out, right?
Yep.
It's pretty creamy. I definitely get some raisins on the back end.
Yep.
The raisins really come more in the back end of the finish. It tastes mature, but it's not like some of the Glendronach single casks like this are real sherry bombs, which I would not say this is. I mean, there's sherry influence there, but it's more subtle.
Yep.
Which I kind of expected based on the color. But it definitely tastes every bit of its age, I would say. It's mature and complex. I feel like there's a lot going on that will open up the more we probably let this sit.
I almost get Snicker bars. Chocolate and like nuttiness.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the nuttiness. I'm not getting a ton of chocolate.
No?
I got more in the nose.
Do you ever eat graham flakes?
I used to.
Do you ever eat raisin bran?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have.
I think this leaves like raisin bran.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Totally. Actually,
It's
With the
nice to
maltiness.
it's the
Mixed
malted.
bran.
Yep.
With the chocolate and raisins.
And the sugar.
With chocolate. Yeah, obviously.
It's still
The raisins. And
Yeah.
then there's like a chocolate overcoat to it all to me. You don't really think it's that chocolate?
I mean, I get a little bit something of more like a Nestle Quick powder.
I think your
And the
description of mixing that with earth.
Could be. Sorry, a couple people.
Science chocolate with earth.
What's up, Dream Dude? Thanks for joining, buddy. Charles Ashworth has asked, I know what you mean. I'm drinking more bourbons and blended scotch. When did I say something? Did I say something about bourbons and blended scotch? Charles? Awkward silence?
Oh man!
All right.
What else we
I
got?
agree. I am getting more chocolate now.
Yeah.
Especially after I added water.
You look like you got some sun this morning.
I got some sun yesterday.
You got sun burnt.
Yes. So I was in Detroit yesterday, and we went to the Founders Tap Room there.
Yeah.
And we sat outside, and I was on the sun side of the table. We were there for a few
I
hours.
got you.
Give it a
I got
day.
you
Give
good.
it a day, and you'll have a nice little brown.
You tan very well?
Probably about the same as you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I tan pretty good after.
Yeah.
You not remember me in high school when I was like a little
Yeah, in high
metrosexual tanning all the time?
Well, yeah, but you look paler now.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
we don't get much
because
natural light.
I
out
don't
here
ever
in the
see the
cave.
sun. I freaking work till like from 7 in the morning till like 8 o'clock at night being a counselor, and then I'm like a freaking vampire.
Don't go into the sunlight.
Dude, yeah.
I can tan a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not a whole lot.
My ankles, they tan so well. It was tannable ankles.
Whiskey 6 is also in the house. What's up, Rob? Thanks for joining, buddy. Anything else you guys get on the palate before we go to the finish?
What was the barrel aging lineup for this?
So it was all, well, from what it says, it was 26 years in an Oloroso sherry cask.
Same cask?
I believe so.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, not. I don't.
There was some controversy around some of the Glendronach single casks a few years ago where they were actually, whether it was truly a single cask was in question a little bit. Like they were moving stuff around from cask to cask.
Really?
And they only like advertised what the final year was in, or like the final version was in. Like it was all sherry, but like they might have moved it from Oloroso to PX or vice versa.
The skeptical side of me is always like, everyone thinks, oh, of course, they're going to say it's single cask or it's 26 years. I'm like, I believe in human corruption. I believe in human goodness, but also in human.
Yeah.
You mean
Well,
like
it's,
this?
it's
So I'm
another
like,
one of those
I always like,
terms.
oh, sure. Like, I always wonder if they it's like, say it's a year older than it really is, or then like do little fudge things.
Yeah. Well, it's also another one of those terms that has no real legal definition. So what is, like, if you take a whiskey and it's in a bourbon barrel and it's there 10 years and then you move it to a sherry cask for 2 more years, is it, and then you bottle it, is it still a single cask? Because then which part of the, are you talking about a single cask, like the whiskey itself?
Yeah.
Was all part of was part of 2 casks in that case.
Yeah.
But it was the same whiskey.
Yeah.
So are you talking about the whiskey itself or the actual number of casks when you're talking about single cask? Most people, I mean, you look at a lot of like independent bottles that advertise single cask, but they're finished in something else. So it wasn't truly one cask.
Yeah.
It was just one whiskey in multiple casks.
Where did you read this that they were kind of coming in?
Reddit. And there was a little, like, they actually changed the label a few years ago to be a little more
Vague.
Yeah. Welcome, Nathan Ellsworth. Thanks for joining, buddy. Welcome to the party. We're just kind of hanging out tonight. Nothing real official. What?
Nathan Ellsworth from my childhood. Nathan Ellsworth.
What? Does he live around here?
I grew up with the Nathan Ellsworth.
DH Silv says, "Is there anything on the internet other than Reddit?" You know, that's actually something I don't really read Reddit a lot. I know you love Reddit, don't you?
I mean, I use it for what it's useful for. A news aggregate with very biased opinions. Reddit loves to talk about news vacuums, but in and of itself is a news vacuum. And so you have to take everything at face value, and you have to have a well-rounded, well-shaped opinion.
Yeah. I don't really use Reddit a lot for news, except maybe sports.
Yeah.
And like I'll read like science stuff
and sports streams.
I'm so sad about sports because I want to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry guys, it's late and it's been a long day.
Came in right for the Reddit talk. Ate it, tried it, dropped it.
I want to boycott ESPN, but I can't.
Reddit is where mainstream
because I go to like Fox Sports 1 because I like Fox. Obviously, they have a way better relationship with the Big Ten, and obviously there's all the drama. Like, all right, so a long time ago, you know this, Dave. So when the Big Ten network was formed, ESPN got really ticked at the Big Ten because I think that they were like in the running for a bid, and they lost a lot of money. And ever since then, maybe I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but like you can tell that there's a very heavily bias towards not being positive towards the Big Ten.
On Fox?
ESPN.
On ESPN.
I
don't really care enough about college sports to care.
Really?
Because it's just so corrupt and terrible. And
what? Compared to the pro?
Yes.
No.
Oh, come on. I mean,
college sports is so much better than pro.
Bruce Pearl can get another freaking coaching job after being proven a liar and a cheater multiple times.
That's
and
a
takes a team.
That's a school's
And now, like, everybody's forgotten that he's a piece of trash.
What did he do there? I don't remember what he did.
Well, I mean, he just
Tennessee.
Tennessee, and other stuff.
Travis Faircloth wrote.
I mean, it's violated numerous things. He got fired. He got the university trouble, I believe. And I mean, he just flat out lied about it.
Yeah.
He says stupid stuff. Whatever.
You can't blame all college sports though, just for some.
No, but that happens everywhere.
Lots of re-racking going on today with 28. What's that?
What? I don't know.
It's Glendronach Twitter. I think that's an answer to whether or not they mix it up.
Scotch test dummies are in the house. What's up? I imagine it's Scott. Very, very seldom is it Bart. It's normally Scott. Thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's trying to respond to somebody else.
Oh, I thought it was an answer to you guys. Sorry.
Is that to us, Travis? What is that? Travis Faircloth is the Glendronach man. I actually joked with him when I posted it to Twitter.
What would you rate this?
He was the first person that made a comment about it. I was like, you would.
If you've had
we won't comment on anything else unless it's Glendronach and he's all about it. You know it's true, Travis.
Just wrote you up.
He did. All right. Would you be? I'm gonna be in. Can I just take a little bit more? You pour it. It's an expensive whiskey. I'm not gonna pour it.
I tend to pour stuff.
Hey, well, maybe I'm banking on that. Scott from Scotch Fizz Dummies, you would love this whiskey. You would love this. I think he's actually had a similar one.
Enough for
Yeah, that's good. I think Travis Fairclough actually sent a sample to Scott of the same Glendronach single cask that he sent to me, which I think was a 26-year-old. You know, I don't remember what year it was. Leave it in the comments, Travis. I can't remember which one you gave. It was really stinking good. And this one is really, really good, but I think that one actually was a little bit better.
Yeah, I've had better. I've also had worse. And I would say, like I saw Stephen Connor was commenting on a few of the other. So Whiskey Barrel, where this comes from, have done like at least 5 different Glendronach single barrels within the last few years. They have 4 right now available. So this one and another one that are both Oloroso, and then they also have 2 PX versions. And I've had now with this one, I've had 3 out of those 4. Because other people I know, Stephen being one of them, has one of those PX, and another friend of mine has the other PX. And then before that, they like a year and a half ago. Stephen can chime in more with this because I know he has a bottle of it. They did another like a 25-year-old that was really, really good. I forget the actual cask number on it, but I think it's pretty well known as being a good one. That one's sold out now, but I've had that one before, and that one is really good. I mean, that one is probably definitely, especially if you're a big sherry fan, the sherry bomb.
How do you feel about Pedro Jimenez?
I really like it.
How do you feel about Pedro Jimenez cask?
I will say this. Sometimes it's too sweet for me. Yeah. And a lot of times I pass stuff up to purchase and sometimes later regret it when I go back and try it. And specifically talking about Glendronach PX cask, I've had at least 3 of them that are single casks. The 2 that the Whiskey Barrel has right now, but another one I had was a younger one, like a 17-year-old. That was the best one I've had. It was really, really good. And I had that on the night when I had a Ben Nevis 25-year-old and a Talisker 25 and a few other really awesome drams, and that was probably that 17-year-old Glendronach PX was maybe my favorite whiskey that night.
Really?
Yeah.
It's hit and miss for me. Sometimes, like when I was younger into whiskey, when I was first getting into it, I loved PX because it was so sweet. As I get into it more, I do find it kind of almost sickly sweet. So obviously Glendronach 12, I loved it, and I still like it. I still think it's an amazing 12-year-old. But I find I don't like it quite as much because it's a lot of PX in it. But then I've had like the Glendronach 21. I think that has some PX gas in it, right? Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
And I love it. And I think it works. So it's same for me. It's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I do kind of get leery. If I see PX, I kind of...
Yeah, like
how do you guys
Glen
feel?
Scotia double cask, which is
I have it.
bourbon and PX, I believe.
Yep.
Like to me, that's an example of it being a little too sickly sweet. Yeah. And I like that when I first had it, and I eventually stopped liking it because it was just that's too sweet. And the Glendronach 21, like I like the 18-year Glendronach better personally because I think it is only Oloroso. So yeah, if I remember correctly.
The 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%.
And I kind of feel like Glendronach 21 is bordering on being too sweet.
I agree.
I mean,
I still really like it.
I still
really like it, but yeah, if it was even like a little bit more sweet, it would be too sweet. It's like right on the cusp. So let's see. Someone asked you a question, Dave. Santa Cruz and says, Dave from the cave.
I was replying to him.
What is your control whiskey there?
John brought Very Old Barton, and it is a relatively inexpensive bourbon. That is
very good.
You can remove the word relative
For like
really.
$15.
$15 bottle.
And it is so good.
Bottle. It's pretty. It's a good little control whiskey. I like that word for it, Santa Cruzan. it's my Santa Cruzan control whiskey.
Lokney says that the Big Ten was your nickname in college. Where are you from again, Lokney? I assume Big Ten country. We'll wait for it awkwardly. Wait for it in the comments.
Just everybody hold still, and it'll look like we like.
All right. So while we're waiting for him to respond, Let's give this a mark. Malted Man Cave mark. What are you going to give this? Actually, let's start with Dave.
Back it up.
Let's start with Dave.
So it's not my favorite. So
Out of 100.
So I don't know if you noticed, I backed it up on the very old Martin. I didn't back it up on the Glendronach. I have to be honest, when I put my nose up to it, it reminds me of my son's hamper. It smells, it's ammonia. It's like the ammonia from it. I smell ammonia. I smell little boy,
$300 whiskey.
little boy. It just reminds me of it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it ever. And if you have a son that's learning how to hold his potty all night long, you will know what a child's hamper smells like. And so, just if you put your nose in it, that's my son's hamper.
George Kaplan says maybe you should send me the rest of your Glendronach 21. I just sent him some samples, and Glendronach 21 was one of them. So I'm guessing you really liked it.
But besides that, I think it's from whatever that note is that I'm smelling. And it just happens that is very vivid in my mind right now. I don't know.
Got some chocolate, some notes of hamper and shite.
No, not. It's the sweets. It's
some ball sweat
of what urine.
Prepubescent.
No,
Things are going off the rails.
Anyway,
this is only my second drink, I swear. Third drink.
It's not my favorite thing right now, but I can definitely tell how masterfully crafted. Obviously, the notes that I had while we were drinking it they're great. It's great. It's a good whiskey. It's just not my favorite thing right now. So for right now, I'm gonna give it.
You're not gonna offend me by trash.
I'm gonna give it an 87.
87.
An 87.
Travis Faircloth, he loves Glendronach, says, "Damn it, Dave." And
it's just that sickly sweet. Let me smell it. Can I have that?
Baby urine.
It's not baby. It's a grown ass 6-year-old boy.
All right, what do you get?
I have had whiskeys that remind me that have a faint hint of like baby vomit.
Baby vomit?
Yeah.
How do you even know what baby vomit is, John?
I've been around babies.
And you have? Good.
Baby vomit is a very specific.
You walk into a McDonald's and you're standing in line. There's a woman with a baby that's puking because that's what babies do.
Formula.
Why are you being offended about that?
Well, because I mean, people know what baby vomit is. You don't have to be
I don't even know if I know what baby vomit smells like, and I'm a dad.
I'm sure you do.
Right.
You know what? Maybe, and I might be totally wrong.
I know what spit up smells like.
It just smells like immature vomit.
Where are we at?
Baby vomit.
What's your rating?
We're waiting on John.
Oh, I don't know. I hate rating something based on one tasting of it. I will say
rate your first tasting.
I'm prefacing the tasting.
Okay.
I do. One thing we didn't talk about is I think it has a really good texture to it, really creamy and thick.
Totally agree with that.
And that's a big thing for me. And the finish is really good with that raisin note. And so for me, I mean, I'd probably give it a 92.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be better or worse after a few more times. I think it's very good. It's not like I said before, I don't think it's the best Glendronach single cask I've had, but it's, I would say, one of the better ones, to be honest. It's, a lot of the common things that a lot of Glendronach fans look for is the color and the high ABV. And one thing we didn't mention, this is 50.5, which is pretty low for a cask strength Glendronach. And so some people might sleep on this bottle, but I think it's pretty strong for that relatively low ABV cask strength. Yeah, I like it.
92 out of 100. Yeah, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 91 out of 100. It's really, really good. I do think the sample of, I think it was the same thing, Glendronach single cask, 26-year-old, but it obviously wasn't this one that Travis sent me. I think was a little bit better, but this one, 91 out of 100. It's really good stuff. I would be very happy with this bottle if I bought it. So yeah, 91 out of 100. Dave, we all know Dave doesn't like sherry that much, and it smells like his son's amper. Little prepubescent All right, we're gonna stop with that. I'm gonna welcome in Juan Quintanilla. Hopefully, I didn't, but I can't talk tonight. So I'm a mental health counselor. I talk for a living. I had probably 9 sessions today. So I always joke with my wife that I go full, you know what, at night because I don't know, my brain is just fried. So I apologize, I can't talk. Mo's Shun, Eric Waite is in the house all the way from San Francisco. What's up, Eric? Thanks for joining. Who else? Someone else joined. I wanted to shout out to
Eric Waite from the streets of San Francisco.
All right, so we got about, how much time we got? We got about 15 minutes left. We're going to pop open another bottle.
Sure.
What shall we do?
I'll bring some choices.
All right.
We'll let some readers, other people in the live.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Sorry that we don't have like a real agenda tonight, or it's not real professional or formal. Like I said, John just kind of texted me late last week and said he was coming through. So then last minute I said, hey, Dave, can you do a live? So we just kind of just hanging out, drinking some whiskey, chatting with you guys. So sorry it's not super professional.
So on my way up here, I picked up a few other things in Kentucky. One of them is the brand new Four Roses Small Batch Select, which as of right now you can only get at the distillery gift shop. This is where I got it. So
I was gonna open that, but I saw this.
We could do that.
You probably love it.
I also found at a liquor store in Louisville a Ball Blair 2002 for $40, which is
That's it?
$40.
Where?
It was at the liquor barn in Louisville.
Yeah.
It was the last one, unfortunately. I would have cleaned them out if they had more than that.
That's crazy.
Good whiskey,
$40.
really good whiskey, especially for $40. I mean,
that's
you're not going to
crazy.
get a better scotch for $40. And this is already open, but we could also pour this. Pick this up in Kentucky as well. New Riff, which is relatively new bourbon from a smaller, I guess technically they're craft. I don't know. They're fairly large. Like, I'm actually planning on stopping by the distillery tomorrow.
Yeah.
Trying to get a tour.
Wish I-
Yeah. Can you? No.
I gotta be at work.
You work
at
tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
Oh, dude, I'll go. No, man.
I canceled my morning session so that I could sleep in because we plan to do some drinking tonight. Me and John don't get together too often. So you're welcome to stay. I know Dave's gonna have to leave, but you're welcome to stay.
I've been up for 48 hours.
All right, so guys, in the comments, please let us know. What do you want us to open up? The New Riff Distillery, the Ball Blair
Technically it's already
2002.
open, but
What is?
Hey, clear the third, open the Four of the Roses.
Clearly, so we have one for the Four Roses. Let's get a count. What do you guys want us to open up?
We need 4 roses.
George Kaplan wants to know: does John get up to the Detroit area often?
no. And yeah, George, I saw you commented earlier. I was trying to respond when Keith asked me
Bell
what
Blair,
the
Bell Blair, Bell
notes
Blair.
I got were. I don't get up there too often, so we have
Same
Our
for
aunt and
4
uncle.
roses, I agree.
lives in Ypsilanti Ann Arbor area. I think their address is technically Ypsi. So I don't know. I know that George Kaplan lives in Michigan. I don't know what part of Michigan he's in. I assume.
I know. I don't know if I should.
I don't know if he wants to say.
I know his exact address.
Coordinates are
I'm not asking for his exact
1.0.
address.
I know exactly what he has in his collection as well.
Southwest.
I've been casing the joint for a while. I act like his friend to his face. I send him samples secretly.
Insert Google Maps
He
link.
has
here.
an amazing collection.
Yeah.
So, just get better. All right. So, then by count, let's see. It looks like there's 5 for
The
Ball
Bell
Blair, 4 for Four Roses. Let's see, picked up. Santa Cruz then says both. Don't save the Four Roses. Don't say if the Four Roses is going to be a nationwide regular release. Be the first to review it. Okay.
It is,
Dave will be happy. Four Roses it is.
It's right now. It's like distillery exclusive, but that's only temporary.
Okay.
It will be a nationwide release. It's just a matter of time. So is that what the vote is?
It's close, but
It's close.
It's close. I actually would probably rather do Bob Blair, but I think he makes sense. It's kind of a new.
I mean, we could do both.
Okay.
I can't. Peace out.
I can't. Dave, why don't you?
I got stuff to do. Got.
What do you got to do, Dave? Other than sleep. Thank you.
Yeah, I just cleaned it up. That's the official
Little wood glue. Is this a higher
notes.
rye mash
Notes.
bill?
Well, Four Roses is high rye mash bill. Period.
Right.
I mean, they have two different mash bills.
Is this higher than usual for? I got a heavy
so
whiff of rye.
Smells like
I don't know how
Kate's
much you know
hamburger.
about 10 roses.
Yeah.
Four Roses,
They have
10
the
recipes.
10, yeah.
So 5 of them are high rye mash bill. The other 5 are their low rye mash bill. But really, even their low rye mash bill is high rye by most Kentucky distillery standards.
You guys ever have is it cherry Twizzlers or strawberry Twizzlers?
Don't you get?
It's cherry something.
So I get a lot of wintergreen, spice, and fennel, which makes me think that it's higher rye, even higher rye than is normal for Four Roses. I think it's probably one of the higher.
Well, so it's a small batch. So it's a combination of 6 of the recipes, and of the 6, 3 of them are their high rye, 3 of them are their low rye. But of course, we don't know what proportion
right,
it is.
a little leather.
It is a higher ABV than a lot of the other. Well, actually, it's other than the barrel proof Four Roses, it's the highest ABV. It's 52%, 104 proof.
That's it.
And it retails for around, I think it's 55, 50, 55.
I love that they actually say non-chill
Something like
filtered. It says non-chill filtered right there on the rings.
Good night, Scotch from the
By the way,
Bible.
so does the new rip. You notice that it's actually engraved without chill filtration.
Bourbon's starting to get wise to the game. I love it. Love it. Good night, Lee. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. It's pretty good.
There's a mintiness to it, which
Wintergreen,
Yeah,
definitely.
wintergreen.
Which I get with,
with rye,
rye influence.
it does smell like pretty high rye.
Obviously,
Smells
vanilla.
like Play-Doh.
Play-Doh? Actually, I could kind of see it. Actually, there's a little salty.
It's the salty, it's the ingredients of Play-Doh. How about that? Cornstarch.
That's more salty than I get with a lot of bourbons. It's not like like Scotch. Obviously, it's a lot of it's aged by the sea, so you get that salty brininess. But yeah, there's more salt in this.
It
than
is
I'm
saltier on
used
the
to
nose.
in a bourbon. That's good.
Wow.
Actually, I would say
The difference.
not that I was expecting it to be bad. But
the
I'm
difference
kind of,
between this
happy with it?
and the very old Barton.
So yeah,
It's
there's a difference.
There's a difference. Oh man, the cat's meow.
That's I get a little like grape soda, vanilla grape soda. I get there's something that reminds me of Booker's in there. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Is it like the grape soda bottle caps, like the soda pop candy bottle caps, like like the
Yeah.
grape flavored ones? Something
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it reminds me.
I see that.
It's like
Or
chocolate and grape soda, like the bottle caps.
to me, I kind of get Smarties.
What?
The American version of Smarties, not the
It's a
Canadian.
good word.
international. Smarties are international, right?
Are they?
They're not specifically Canadian. I think they're
They're not?
Aren't,
The only time I've ever
Smarties
had
in the U. Well, I mean,
Smarties was in Canada.
yeah, me too.
With our,
But I want to say Smarties are also in the UK.
are they in the UK? They're basically like M&M, right? Similar to M&M's?
Yeah.
Smarties. We're
But
not
here's a
talking.
trivia question for you,
No,
which came
Smarties are the little sugar.
Yes.
No, that's
Yes,
what I'm
you're
saying.
right.
That's what I'm saying. It reminds
In
me
America.
of In America,
Smarties.
that's what Smarties are.
In Canada, where our family's from, they've had Smarties, and they're basically like M&Ms.
Gotcha.
So here's a trivia question for you: which came first, M&Ms or Smarties?
Smarties,
Probably.
because you're saying this.
I wouldn't be asking the question
Smarties.
if the answer would get. No, a lot of people
When
think.
did you look
A
that
lot
up?
of people.
When did you look that fun fact up?
For some reason, I was reading
it
about the
smell
history
like
of M&Ms
Does
recently.
it smell like a Sharpie brand?
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. I was reading about the history of. Actually, no, I take it back. I was reading about the history of Reese's Pieces because Reese's Pieces
You're
are
such
great.
a scholar. The
Look,
learned man of learning.
When I like something, I want to know everything about it, and I like Reese's Pieces.
So good.
So I was reading about the history of Reese's Pieces, which led me to the history of M&Ms, which led me to the fact that Smarties, the M&Ms are actually a ripoff of Smarties, even though probably most Americans would think that Smarties are a ripoff.
Does this smell like a Sharpie brand from the market?
Yeah. Probably more the ABV.
But I never get it specific. Like I know that.
Some does smell like Sharpie.
Sharpie. It's great.
It's a good nose.
Stephen Connor says at DHSO, we had a tasting of all 10 recipes of Four Roses not long ago.
Yep.
MeadeMule was
I was
there,
there.
and I was just bored silly. At least I was until my buddy pulled
I
out
was
the
too.
Ben Nevis 25 ball beanie 1401.
And that was
Capital.
night. I was talking about when we had that PX matured. Glendronach.
Really?
That was my favorite of the night.
How old was that one?
I think it was 17.
That's it.
It was in the late teens for sure.
Man. All right, guys. We're running out of time. We would go longer, but apparently Dave's got to get home. No, I'm not trying to make you the bad guy.
The
Either
scapegoat.
way.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Thank you. All right, so let's give this a multi-man cave mark, and then we'll kind of wrap it up tonight, guys.
I've just taken my second sip and you want
Yes,
a mark?
Second sip, and you got that little.
I didn't pour that much.
Those are the biggest
I didn't
sips ever.
pour that much.
I got you.
Maybe it was my third sip.
We'll review the tape.
I will say,
We'll go
I will say, without doing a side by side, I think that this is significantly better than the regular Four Roses small batch.
When I
which
saw you
isn't
bring that
really,
in, I was like, I'm not really going to be that
yeah,
impressed.
I'm not really a huge fan of regular Four Roses small batch. Typically, if I'm drinking Four Roses, it's going to be store picks.
Yeah.
This actually compares favorably to a lot of store picks I've had. It's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
You going to give this a multi-man cave mark?
Maybe.
Got to.
Unreviewable.
I don't know, 88.
88?
I'll give this an 89.
87, 88 is about
Yeah,
right. I mean, this is really good for like a.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, for how much you pay for that?
I think it was 55. I think.
For $55, that's good. Yeah,
It's 1 point better than the $300 bottle.
I'll give it an 80,
According to this guy.
I'll give it an 87, almost an 88. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Lock it a wall.
I like it a lot.
I'm a fan of Four Roses, although yeah, if you try and drink all 10 recipes at once back to back, it gets really boring.
I still
Because
feel
they end up
like,
being
I still feel like I'd want
You realize they're all pretty similar.
just to educate my palate.
I'm glad I did it. I have no interest in ever doing it.
I'm surprised you did it. Like you're like a whiskey geek. I'm surprised.
I was
you did
surprised
it.
I didn't like it either. But after like the 6th one, I was like, okay. And I was
The problem was
is
is
it
that
Loch Ness?
I was bored with it. It was like,
Loch
okay, these all
Ness?
taste basically the same.
L-O-K-N-E-S.
I think it's slow pace.
Loch
I
Ness?
could be wrong though.
How do you pronounce it?
Crap. What was that? I lost my thread. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
The Four Roses taste. Doing a 10 recipe.
Yeah. The problem was you had all those like Balvenie ton and all this stuff.
Well,
in the
no, that
background,
wasn't
and that's
even
what you're
there.
thinking
That
of.
wasn't even there. That was so we had it at like an event room in like an apartment building, and so no, those higher end stuff wasn't even going to be part of the tasting. It was like after we finished that, our one friend who was like hosting like went back to his whiskey stash and brought back
So you
all
didn't
this other
know
stuff.
that was gonna happen?
No, we thought I thought we were just going to do bourbon that night, and there were a couple of other bourbons there, but we weren't really planning on jumping into Scotch. But Like I think a few of us were just so tired of all that bourbon. It's like, okay, we need some.
We gotta step the game up.
We
a little
redeem
bit.
this evening with something.
Speaking of, I can't wait to try that lot 40 12 cask strength that they're out. What you said was amazing. Awesome. All right, guys, thank you guys for joining this hot mess. Like I said, tonight was just kind of more last minute, just kind of fun hanging out, drinking some whiskey. So thank you guys for joining us. Please like, subscribe, go check out. Tell us a little bit about your
Oh yeah, so
website.
I guess so. Well, I'm sure that you've seen. At least I've been mentioned a few times today. So MeadeMule is my handle on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Although I don't do YouTube videos anymore, and I probably did it all. But mainly, I do written reviews at MeadeMule.com. So bourbon, scotch, well, whiskey reviews in general. So yeah, www.meademule.com.
Now I know I'm biased because we're family, but I would say you're actually one of the best out there.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Not the best.
One of the best. You're up there. You're tied for first.
You're one of the YouTube reviewers.
I see self-confidence runs in the family.
I know there's better YouTubers out there than me. We just drink whiskey down in the man cave. We don't care. We want people to watch, but we don't fancy ourselves.
No, yeah, no, I'm not the best.
I actually said that because I was actually being legitimate. Like, you actually do a freaking amazing job. It's
I
very
agree. I'm one of the
professional.
best, but I'm not the best.
You're well written. I mean, I think you're right up there with like Malt. I think you're right up there.
Malt's
with,
awesome. Surge and Malt are the best for sure.
I think you're definitely up there. So give them a follow. Check them out. Thank you guys for joining. And as always, Sláinte.
Launch it.